Every day, Rangers seem to move one step closer to a new era at Ibrox. The takeover by 49ers Enterprise is becoming a reality, and with it comes a sense of hope and excitement for a brighter future. It's not just about the ownership change, it's the promise of strategic management, financial discipline, and a renewed focus on competing at the highest levels, both domestically and in Europe. This transformation is something Rangers fans have been waiting for, and it's starting to feel real as the takeover inches closer. But before we dive into the big changes happening off the pitch, there's an intriguing piece of news that could affect Rangers' ambitions on the European stage next season. Despite being knocked out by Athletic Bilbao in the quarterfinals of this season's Europa League, Rangers' hopes of qualifying for the UEFA Champions League next year have received an unexpected boost. Yes, you heard that right. Rangers fans should be keeping a close eye on how Bilbao performs in the tournament, because their success could have a direct impact on Rangers' path to the Champions League. Now, if you've been following the Europa League, you know that Athletic Bilbao knocked Rangers out with a 20 win in the Basque Country, following a goalless draw at Ibrox. That defeat, while disappointing, did not mark the end of Rangers' European ambitions. The situation is about to get even more interesting. Here's where things could change. If Athletic Bilbao goes on to win the Europa League, the rewards for Rangers could be substantial, with the final being held in Bilbao on May 21st, and there's still hope that this twist of fate might work in Rangers' favor. At the moment, Rangers are set to enter the Champions League qualifiers through the league path. This means they'll enter in the second round, where they could face teams like Sepsi Bran or Austria Vienna. But here's the key part: if the team that wins the Europa League has already secured their spot in next season's Champions League via their domestic league, then Rangers would get a significant bump in their qualification process. Due to their coefficient ranking, Rangers would be moved up to the Champions path of the qualification rounds, giving them a much easier route to the group stage. This would be a huge win for Rangers, as it would not only increase their chances of qualifying, but also guarantee them a spot in the group stage if they succeed in the Champions path. Of course, should Rangers fail to qualify for the Champions League, they would drop into the Europa League playoffs, where they would still have a chance to secure a place in the group stage of Europe's second-tier competition. If that doesn't go according to plan, they would then drop into the Conference League. So there's still a lot at stake for Rangers, but it's safe to say that Bilbao's success could be crucial in shaping their European journey next season. Athletic Bilbao are the only team remaining in the Europa League that could have this kind of impact on Rangers' qualification. Currently, they sit 4th in La Liga, 5 points clear of 5th place Villarreal, and 9 points ahead of Real Betis, who are in 6th. With Manchester United and Tottenham underperforming and possibly finishing near the relegation zone in the Premier League, Bilbao's progress is becoming even more vital for Rangers' European hopes. Meanwhile, Bodo Glimt are already confirmed to be in the Champions League playoff round, so all eyes will be on Bilbao as they continue their European adventure. Now, shifting gears a bit to the ongoing transformation at Rangers, there's a growing sense of optimism at Ibrox despite what has been a tough season on the pitch. With a trophyless season all but confirmed after their elimination from the Europa League and a 15-point gap to Celtic in the Premiership title race, it's easy to see why frustration is building. However, there is also a sense of hope that with the involvement of 49ers Enterprises, the future could be very different. The American investment group, which played a pivotal role in the resurgence of Leeds United, is expected to bring a similar approach to Rangers. Financial discipline, smart investments, and strategic leadership are all part of the plan, and it's already starting to show signs of progress. Paul Robinson, a former England goalkeeper, has been vocal in his praise for the 49ers, stating in an interview that Rangers couldn't have asked for a better investor. He pointed to the successful model at Leeds as a blueprint for what could be achieved at Ibrox. Leeds have not only come close to returning to the Premier League, but have also attracted high-profile investment, including a groundbreaking commercial partnership with Red Bull. This influx of capital has significantly boosted Leeds' profile on the global stage. But it's not just about throwing money around recklessly. Robinson explained that while Leeds did invest heavily at the start of the season, the money was spent wisely focusing on key areas that needed strengthening. It wasn't about bringing in a flood of new players, it was about a measured restructuring. And that's exactly what Robinson believes will happen at Rangers under the 49ers stewardship. The emphasis will be on financial sustainability strengthening, the infrastructure and retaining top talent while remaining realistic about the demands of the modern football market. Crucially, reports suggest that the 49ers have set aside a $25 million transfer budget for the club's new manager. This substantial war chest signals their intent to challenge Celtic's domestic dominance. The new managerial appointment is expected to be confirmed after Barry Ferguson's interim spell with a clear mandate to reshape the squad during the summer. Rangers fans can expect intense transfer speculation with key players like Jaime Ginn and Nico Raskin likely to be at the center of it all. However, the main goal will be to retain the club's core assets and supplement the squad with quality reinforcements to make them competitive again. For Robinson, this balanced but ambitious approach could be the key to a new era of sustained success for Rangers. He believes that if the club follows the Leeds model, they will be in a fantastic position moving forward. He continued, they're financially structured, they've got the commercial intelligence, and they're willing to invest, but it's the right kind of investment. It's not about just throwing money at the wall and hoping something sticks. With the arrival of 49ers, Enterprise's Rangers are marking a clear break from the past, drawing a line in the sand and preparing for a future where they can compete with Celtic and challenge for titles both domestically and in Europe. In other news, Nico Raskin, one of Rangers' standout players this season, has expressed his pride in the team despite their Europa League exit. After the 20 loss to Athletic Bilbao, Raskin took to social media to show his appreciation for his teammates and the fans. He wrote, "Nothing but proud of this group and our Europa League campaign. It hurts to fall short of the dream, but we gave it our all and we'll be back." He also thanked the fans for their unwavering support throughout the tournament, adding, "To all the fans who had our backs every step of the way, your support was incredible and very much appreciated. We are the people." Raskin's commitment to the cause is clear, and it's players like him who could help propel Rangers into this new era. Meanwhile, Raskin's impressive performances have earned him a spot in the PFA Scotland Premiership. Team of the Year, alongside his teammate John Souttar. Both players have been recognized by their fellow professionals for their outstanding contributions to the season. And finally, Athletic Bilbao's manager Ernesto Valverde has spoken out about the ugly scenes that followed their victory over Rangers. After the match clashes between fans and police led to arrests and injuries, Valverde condemned the actions of a small group of Bilbao supporters, calling their behavior embarrassing. He stressed that football should never be used as an excuse for violence and chaos, and said that those responsible for the disturbances need to be educated. Bilbao will host the Europa League final next month, and Valverde hopes that the focus can remain on the football rather than the off-field issues. This is just the beginning of what promises to be an exciting and transformative period for Rangers both on and off the pitch. With the 49ers' involvement, the club is poised for a new chapter, and fans will be hoping that this next era brings success both domestically and on the European stage. Keep an eye on the developments as they unfold, because this is just the start. As Rangers push forward into this transformative phase under the 49ers, the task ahead will be monumental. The club must rebuild not only in terms of financial structure and player recruitment, but also in terms of mentality. It's clear that Rangers need a manager who understands the nuances of Scottish football, who can handle the intense pressure of managing a club with such a rich history and large fan base. Whoever steps into the managerial role will need to be a strong leader, someone who can inspire a squad that has faced significant setbacks this season. While Barry Ferguson has been holding down the fort on an interim basis, the club's focus will inevitably shift toward finding a permanent solution. Reports have suggested that the Rangers hierarchy is already in talks with a few potential candidates. The goal is to find a manager who is both ambitious and pragmatic, someone who can work within the constraints of the Scottish market while still pushing the team to greater heights. The expectations for this managerial appointment will be sky high, and whoever takes charge will need to hit the ground running. Beyond the managerial situation, the club's transfer strategy will be crucial in the coming months. The $25 million transfer budget that has been earmarked is an indication of the club's commitment to improvement, but it's not just about spending big, it's about spending smart. Rangers need to target areas of weakness in the squad and add quality players who can make an immediate impact. The midfield, for instance, has been a point of concern all season. While the likes of Raskin and Jack have shown flashes of brilliance, Rangers will need more depth and creativity to match the intensity of Celtic and other top teams in Europe. One player who has been linked with a move to Ibrox is Morocco's World Cup star Azzedine Ounahi. The 23-year-old has been impressive in his time at Angers and could be a game changer for Rangers. His creativity and vision would add a new dimension to Rangers' midfield, providing that elusive spark they've been missing. However, with interest from clubs across Europe, Rangers will have to act quickly if they want to secure his signature. The arrival of a player of Ounahi's caliber would send a strong message to the rest of the league, signaling that Rangers are serious about competing at the highest level. The defensive line also needs attention. Rangers have struggled with consistency at the back this season, with injuries and lapses in concentration costing them valuable points. The club will be looking for a new centre-back to partner Connor Goldson, someone who can bring both leadership and stability to the backline. The physicality and resilience needed in the Scottish Premiership are key traits that the new signing will need to possess. Ideally, this player would also have experience in European competition, as Rangers will be hoping for another shot at the Champions League qualifiers next season. Up front, Rangers' striking options are also under scrutiny. Alfredo Morelos' future at the club is uncertain, with the Colombian striker having a roller coaster season in terms of form and fitness. If Morelos decides to leave Ibrox this summer, Rangers will need to find a suitable replacement, someone who can bring the same level of intensity and goal-scoring ability. Rumors have swirled around potential signings, but nothing concrete has emerged yet. What is clear, however, is that Rangers will need a clinical forward who can take the pressure off the midfield and provide the goals necessary for a successful season. Off the pitch, the 49ers influence is already being felt in a variety of ways. The club's commercial arm is being overhauled, with new partnerships being explored to increase revenue streams. This could lead to a bigger presence in international markets, helping to grow Rangers' brand and fan base beyond Scotland. The 49ers' experience in the business world, coupled with their success in the sports industry, will likely bring fresh ideas that could help the club become more competitive financially. This could also have an impact on the kind of players Rangers can attract, as a stronger commercial presence may lead to a higher profile in transfer negotiations. It's not just about buying players, though. Rangers need to create an environment where their existing talent can flourish. Youth development will be key, and the club will need to ensure that their academy continues to produce top-level prospects. With the 49ers now involved, there is an opportunity to strengthen the club's youth infrastructure and ensure that future generations of Rangers players are given the best possible chance to succeed. The likes of Alex Lowry and Charlie McCann represent the future of the club, and nurturing these players will be just as important as recruiting top-level talent from abroad. All of this is happening against the backdrop of Celtic's continued dominance in Scottish football. The gap between the two clubs has widened over the past few seasons, with Celtic looking more formidable than ever. Rangers will need to address this if they want to challenge for the title again. Their recent form, especially in the league, has been inconsistent, and it's clear that something needs to change. Celtic, on the other hand, have been relentless, and with the upcoming Scottish Cup final between the two clubs, Rangers will need to find a way to compete with their rivals in every aspect of the game. The match could be a turning point, as a win would provide Rangers with the momentum needed to push on for the rest of the season and beyond. As the summer transfer window approaches, Rangers fans will be eagerly anticipating the club's next moves. The excitement surrounding the 49ers involvement is undeniable, and the promise of fresh investment and a new direction is something to look forward to. However, with big changes comes big pressure. The next few months will be crucial. in shaping the future of the club, and there's a sense of anticipation that this could be the beginning of something special. If Rangers can get their recruitment right, strengthen the squad, and restore the belief of both the players and fans, the future looks bright for the club. Ultimately, what Rangers need now is stability, direction, and a clear vision for the future. The 49ers have the resources and experience to provide that. And if they can build on the foundations already in place, Rangers could soon be challenging for domestic titles once again. But they must act quickly and decisively, making sure they have the right manager, the right players, and the right plan in place. The Rangers faithful have been patient, but they are ready for success to return to Ibrox. With the backing of 49ers, Enterprises, the next chapter in Rangers history is about to unfold, and it's one that could bring glory to a club with such a rich legacy. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. In a move that has sent shockwaves through Scottish football, Rangers have announced the signing of Kieran Bowie. The young forward, who has been making waves down south with Fulham and impressing on loan at Northampton Town, is now set to don the blue of Ibrox in what many are calling a bold and ambitious move by the Glasgow Giants. At just 21 years of age, Bowie's rise has been closely followed by keen observers of the Scottish game. Born in Kirkcaldy and a product of the Wraith Rovers youth system, Bowie had already made a name for himself as a teenager before making the switch to England. Now, after honing his game in the English lower leagues, he returns to his homeland with the chance to make his mark on the Scottish Premiership. Rangers' decision to bring in Bowie signals a renewed focus on youth and potential. The club has been seeking dynamic attacking options to build for the future, and Bowie seems to fit the bill perfectly. Quick, aggressive, and with a knack for finding space, he brings an energy that could shake up Rangers' forward line. There's also a certain poetic justice in seeing a young Scot brought back north to shine on one of the country's biggest stages. This announcement comes at a crucial time for the Ibrox side, with Celtic breathing down their necks in the title. Race and European ambitions ever present, fresh talent is a welcome injection of pace and unpredictability. Bowie's hunger and raw ability could be just the thing to ignite the team in the final stretch of the season. Fans will no doubt be curious to see how the youngster adapts to the demands of life at Rangers. The pressure is immense, the expectations sky high. But if Bowie can translate his promise into performances, he could become the latest in a long line of heroes to grace the famous Govan turf. Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the arrival of Kieran Bowie has everyone talking greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.